Let's get into Game of Thrones. You're right. We should get into Game of Thrones because last night, and again, this is a spoiler-heavy conversation here, ladies and gentlemen. So if you have not watched last night's episode, the Battle of Winterfell, make sure that you tune out, go and listen to it, or go watch it, and then come back and listen to this afterwards because we're gonna really get into it. So you've been warned.
Yeah, and feel bad that I've seen something before you.
That's very true.
You should really.
This episode was everything I wanted it to be. It was everything that I wanted it to be. It delivered on all cylinders. I know there's some people, and I think Riley and Roxy were affected by how dark it was.
Yeah.
It didn't affect me at all.
It was a little annoying, but then once we turned off the lights, and it still was a little off. It was a little better, but then it just the story pulled me in, and it's just you don't care after a little bit.
I don't think my television could handle. I have an LCD flat screen, and I think there was some blurriness in with the darkness.
The majority of the time I saw the blurriness is with the dragons when they were in the storm.
Yeah.
That's when I saw the main stuff. And so did you like the episode?
Oh my God, it was amazing.
Great.
It was amazing.
And it was funny because as a lot of these people survived, a lot of them who I didn't think were going to survive, right? Mm-hmm. It made me realize that it was, I went back to Agent Smith in the second Matrix. Purpose. It's all about purpose. Purpose, Mr. Anderson. And purpose was
I obviously have no idea what you're talking about.
You've never seen the first one? Oh, my God.
Unbelievable.
Well, purpose, you understand.
Yeah.
And that's what a lot of these people...
Is that a word?
It's a word.
a lot of these people have purpose, right?
Yeah.
And you look at the Mountain, by the way, or the Hound, excuse me.
Yeah.
Look at the Hound, who when he was all scared and said, "We can't beat death, we can't do this," and then snaps out of it to go save Arya, which I loved, right? But he still got a battle with the Mountain. He's still that whole thing's going to go down. You look at. I no longer think Arya is going to be the one that takes out Cersei because she just had her big kill last night.
Yeah.
They're not going to give her both. There's no way. So it's got to either be Jaime or Tyrion. What do you think?
About that specific point?
In general.
I think that some of the deaths last night were because of how dark it was. First of all, I had to make sure I saw all of it. So some of the deaths were pretty understated. And I was glad about that.
Me too.
Because they really didn't have time to focus.
Made it more real.
And like there's a big battle, you're dying.
Yeah.
Some of them, I'm not quite sure about the current status of how wounded they are or what we're going to see in next episode, you know? Like,
where's Ghost? Does Ghost make it?
Yeah.
We didn't see Ghost die.
Yeah, I don't know. And like...
It was in the preview after.
Oh, Ghost is in the preview?
Oh, okay.
Great.
Thank you.
Okay. And, you know, if when the Night King picks up Lady Mormont,
that scene.
Sorry, when the
I know what you meant.
what's it called? Giant.
The giant.
Yeah. Death Giant.
Picks her up. And you can squish her like that.
Yeah.
You have to imagine that the Night King can do some severe damage to somebody pretty small.
Right.
Arya's pretty small, so I would suspect she's fairly injured.
Right.
I mean, we see him come at her. I don't know what that looks like, but I have so many questions. I think that's brilliant. We still have a perfect amount of episodes left. It should have been Arya. It always should have been Arya.
They said Benioff and Weiss said they knew for 3 years.
Yeah.
Oh,
and
great.
if it had been anybody else, it would not have been the same.
Yeah.
So that to me was the shining moment of the whole episode because you also weren't quite expecting it at that. We see her leave to run out, but then there's so much time in between. I forgot that she even existed.
And that's
what she does.
See, here's the thing. That's what they wanted you to do, right? And I'm bummed because I knew she was going to do it. I was bummed because Benioff and Weiss say in the after thing, they're like, we want you to basically what Roxy just said.
You forget.
They want you to forget about it. She runs off.
Yeah.
But Melisandre set it up when she was talking about the green eyes and the blue eyes. When she said it, and then she goes off to run. I'm like, oh well, Arya's going to do it because of the same reason Arya can't kill Cersei because she just had a big kill and she's done it. Is the reason I knew Jon Snow wasn't going to do it because people would have been bummed if Snow did it because he does everything.
Well, I don't know that Arya doesn't kill Cersei, but I would suspect not because of exactly what you said, purpose. And it's a better victory if Sansa kills Cersei.
Mm-hmm.
It's a better victory if Tyrion kills Cersei.
Yeah.
It's a better victory if Jaime kills Cersei. So I don't actually think for Arya's storyline, killing Cersei is
purpose, yeah.
is the biggest victory.
Right.
What if she just has like a slip and fall accident and falls down some stairs?
is-
I mean, that
Also,
would be.
where-
That's a bummer.
What is Cersei doing right now?
She's
just waiting.
right now.
This.
She's got her army ready.
Yeah,
and
that's why I said to my wife though when we were watching it last night. I was like, Cersei has the advantage right now because their whole army is toast.
Yeah.
Like, they might have
And
a
she
lot,
wanted that.
Yeah, they might have a lot.
Which is smart.
Yeah, it seems like
You
they still
guys
have a lot
kill
of
the
people.
dead.
Yeah, exactly.
You do it.
I thought Daenerys at one point was going to get taken out last night when the Night King chucked the thing of the dragon. I thought somebody got hit, and I thought it was Daenerys.
Yeah, I saw. Because it was so dark.
Yeah.
I think that Daenerys is the only character left that I do not know about. So I feel like I am very aware of who's good, who's bad at this point. And Dany, I don't know actually where she lies.
She messed up the whole plan last night.
She messed up the whole plan.
Yeah.
And we've spent this whole time with her thinking she's a queen. She's great. We love her. But all of a sudden, is she actually going to end up more evil than Cersei?
See,
What is she going to do at the end of the
No,
day?
I don't think she's
so
evil.
either.
My thing was, I don't think that was an evil move that she made last night at all.
No, that wasn't.
Right. Because I don't even think it was because there was a little bit of I'm the queen, listen to me. That was definitely there for sure. But it was also because she fought with the Dothraki for so long.
Right,
So,
she lost them all.
And she lost them all, so she went after it. But what it showed me was Jon Snow is a great leader. Jon Snow,
because he walks right by Sam. He walks right by Brienne. He's able to make those hard decisions.
Yes.
She is not.
He always has been that way too.
So maybe she is good. She's just not fit to be queen.
She just doesn't make the right. She leads more on emotion. She leads more on to where she and it served her well for a lot of these things. But I think last night showed But that's why I don't think he's going to sit in the throne. I still think the throne's going to be obliterated. I think the throne's toast. Now
Sansa for throne.
Yeah, I don't know if I need it. I loved that moment with Sansa and Tyrion.
It was amazing.
Loved that moment.
I was crying over that moment.
Yeah, because it was like she was it wouldn't work out for us because of the queen and the loyalties and stuff too. And then you had what's the
girl's name?
Danny's name? Yeah, not Danny's. The main girl, what's her name? The one that said to her that queen.
Wait, what?
I can't remember.
Describe it to me. I don't know what you're talking about.
Yeah, so in that scene where Tyrion and Sansa are talking.
Talking about Mysandra or whatever
I think so.
Grey Worm's
girlfriend? Yes. So when she says that, I love the loyalty of that side. It's weird because Tyrion wouldn't say anything. He loves Sansa. He definitely does, but he also loves Daenerys.
Do you think he romantically loves Sansa?
Yeah, I think so.
Okay,
yeah, for sure.
Not still, but
yeah, I think still. Yeah, I mean.
Well, you think he loved her when they got married?
No. I think he fell in love with her. Yeah, I think as he realized she was a good person. He's never been a real Lannister. You know, by blood, sure, but he's never been the kind of douchey. I mean, Jaime had to turn to get away from it. You know, so there's so much.
If you had to pick who you think is going to kill, if you think Cersei's going to die, if you had to pick who's going to do it, who do you think?
Jaime. Yeah, I think it's just a perfect character.
Yeah, the fact
Jaime?
I agree now that I hear that. Yeah,
the fact that he survived.
Yeah.
Do you hope
in the
it's
history for
and
them?
There's so much to that.
Do you think she's pregnant?
Oh, with whose kid? With Jaime's or with the?
Well, do you think
uncle?
she's pregnant, regardless of who the dad is?
I don't know.
Shoot, maybe. To use that.
Do you think that Jaime would kill her if she's pregnant?
Maybe. At this point, it
Yeah.
just depends.
He pushed a kid out of
Do you
her,
think he would
Even
kill
better.
her if she's pregnant with his child?
I think something's going to go down with that particular storyline. I also think that Brienne will be involved in it as well. And I think because of that, it's going to be the sacrifice of letting Brienne go or letting Cersei go, and he's going to let Cersei go.
Yeah.
I think
I like that.
That because he's
Do you
shown.
think he's romantically going to be involved with Brienne?
No, I don't. I think that him and Brienne have a very, and I think that would take away from the respect of what it was. It just
Knighting her.
yeah. So why? Because he had feelings for her? No, because she earned it.
Yeah.
Just to go back to that, did you see where somebody replaced Josie's on a vacation far away?
No.
In the scene where he starts to sing and they did
No.
that whole
it
was pretty good.
That's really funny. That he had when that's
When
good.
he's knighting her?
Yeah. Like, or no, when he's like, does anybody know a song? Does anybody know a song? And then they replaced it with.
Oh, can you
That's
find that?
funny.
Let's see if we can find
That's
it.
funny.
That's
Did you,
pretty funny.
real quick, as far as just to jump out of Game of Thrones for a second, did you guys find? Is it clear? Are we allowed to play this?
Yeah, we're good.
All right, let's see.
Half fool.
Right now?
Oh yeah. What's up?
Did you actually spoil it?
Get that shit cracking.
Oh, what a shot!
Damn.
Man, I mean,
But the teacher's not even that mad.
go sit down.
Go outside.
Come on. Go sit down. Don't.
He's spoiling shit. That's what you fucking get, bro.
I kind of agree with that.
It's you know, it's what are you doing?
If you did it on purpose,
Yeah,
if you did it on accident, it's different. But if you do it on purpose, you're a dick.
What are you doing? Just cut it out.
People are
Do that.
running
are
in the
fighting.
theater
Right.
and screaming it out. They're garbage
A
people
lot of
out
dead,
there.
lot of dead people got punched in the face last night.
How do you guys feel about? Can I go back to Game of Thrones, or do you want to stay on
That's
this?
why I said a lot of dead people got punched in the face.
How do you guys feel about the current state of our dragons? About
There's only one left, right?
About Drogon being left, but
Yeah.
Viserion being gone, and whatever the White Knight,
Right.
the blue
That one's
breath
dead.
dragon.
That one's gone.
They're going to
I'm
need
surprised
that
you knew
dragon.
the names of any
Yeah.
of the dragons.
But
Oh,
he's,
Drogon
Drogon is
Viserion, yeah,
still
but
I thought
pretty
Drogon,
injured.
I thought Drogon got fucked up.
He got real fucked up.
Yeah, but I thought that was a great moment, even when at the very end when my name, sorry guys, you can scream me all day.
Yeah.
Darvos, not Darvos.
I'm with you. I don't know.
Davos?
Not Davos.
Jorah?
Jorah. Thank you.
Jorah.
There are a lot of names. Jorah.
The two of
The
them
Explorer.
always get confused.
But when Jorah went down, and the way that he went down, protecting her to he kept getting up,
beautiful.
and when he finally was allowed to go,
that's how he
went.
wanted to die.
and I loved that
wanted
moment.
to.
But when the thing that whole moment when the dragon comes and puts his head down right next to him, like to where she was sad, it was, and also exhausted and hurt. It was great. It was absolutely
Well,
fantastic.
he kind of raised the dragons as well.
Yeah.
You know,
Yeah.
since they were little bitty dragons.
Yeah.
Stepdad, those dragons.
Yeah, but that one, I wasn't shocked that he went, and I thought he went out good. Loved the way Lady Vermont went out. Thought that was
What a baller.
Yeah.
And that was cool listening to Benioff and Weiss afterwards saying that she was only supposed to be in one episode and that they saw her and were just like, nope.
yeah, we
Yeah,
need her
she's
more.
so
writing
good.
this chicken.
As you should, and she was great. And she's like, I'm not going down there. I'm fighting. And boy, did she ever.
Yeah, she did.
Jorah the Explorer, everybody.
I loved. Oh God.
See Cersei and Tyrion in
Yeah.
the background.
Theon got me.
Oh, Theon was good too, man.
Wow, is that
it-
how you guys do it?
Got me. What?
Theon.
Yeah.
Theon.
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 But
It's funny because
yeah,
other people
it's-
pronounce that I love his character. How did that happen?
Yeah.
Right.
Right.
Yeah.
He's such a piece of crap for
was.
so much of the
And but it just got me because his redemptive arc
It was redemptive, yeah.
was perfect. And then when
Oh.
Bran says you're
Because-
a good
right.
man, it just
Gotcha.
floored me.
Because he kept doing things throughout because he did things to make you couldn't stand him because of the moves that he was making, and then the shit that he went through, you kind of feel bad for him.
Yeah.
And then it's like, even when he would do stuff and get so cowardly afterward, you just kind of understood why.
He was Reek. He wasn't even
Right,
Theon.
right. But then when he came back to help Sansa,
that
like,
got
when
me.
he-
And then this.
yeah, and then he goes back to help his sister after jumping and getting scared, and it's like
And saves her.
he's done so many different things. You're just like, I get it. He's trying so hard. The guy was just mentally so fucked up.
On purpose. He failed it, and then instead
Yep.
of running away, he ran right into trying to.
Right
he knew he
after.
wasn't going to kill him.
Right.
There's no part of him who thought he was. A question for you guys, something that I'm not understanding.
How Arya got through the
No,
the
that I
security?
get. She's
Oh come
she's
on,
good
it's
at that.
Arya. She's good at that.
What I'm not understanding is, sup with Bran. Like, does he know what is happening and that Arya's gonna come in that minute?
did.
He's
And
seen it,
and
yeah.
so he's like, I'm gonna just keep my eyes closed until
He's looking
this
up.
long.
Yeah, he's looking up. at
But
one
then,
point.
but if what he's seeing, the Night King can see.
Mm-hmm.
How come the Night King doesn't see that Arya's coming?
It's a good question. I don't know how much.
Or
they
how
can
much
say I can.
crossover is there?
Right.
Because like, how do they
Can't see
tap
everything,
in?
yeah.
No, it's not everything. But how
like
come
Voldemort and Harry
how come
Potter.
that? And then also, because I guess that's why he gave Arya the weapon to end up killing
Yeah.
him. But
Isn't that the same weapon that formed him? Wasn't it?
yes,
Yes, it was.
Yeah.
It just to
In the same
me,
spot too
Yes.
that she got him.
The problem with Bran's character is I feel like he's everybody's least favorite character. I don't know if that's true of you guys, but I
like him.
oh,
Yeah.
you do
I like him a lot.
He's one of my least favorite characters because we're not he's sitting there like I'm all knowing and whatever, but why is everybody just like, well, that's Bran for you? Like, can't we get a scene where he's explaining, here's how my powers work to
Right.
his siblings? Like, this is really hard for me too. He's no longer Bran. He's
just
no
let- I
longer a
think-
person
Yeah,
that
you let it, if it's working for him, let it go.
But do you care if he lives or dies? Because I don't care.
Well, that's another thing, though. It goes back to purpose. Like, again, Melisandre, who just walks off because her whole thing was satisfying the Lord of Light. That was the whole thing. And the Lord of Light, his mission was to stop death. Lord of Light is not going to have to deal with any of this politics bullshit.
No.
He's out. I sent everyone. I kept bringing back one dude. Keep coming back. He saved Arya. Arya will take out Night King. I'm good, so he can die now. And then Melisandre, you're good. Take off your thing, become an old dust bones, turn to shit, and then
It was a cool scene.
Yeah, it was a great scene. But now you're out. Lord of Light and all that stuff. They're not involved with the Cersei stuff. Like, there's no need to be. So it's that purpose for that particular character done. So the question is, what's Bran's purpose now? Right.
That's why I don't care. Was this his purpose? Did he just fulfill it? And do we care at all anymore? And if he did fulfill his purpose, is he still the three-eyed raven?
I think so. Yeah.
Yeah,
I think he's going to take that moniker like that same way that Max von Sydow did.
What does he do now, though?
He'll sit in a cave.
Yeah.
That's like
He's
what
gonna
I'm
go
picturing.
Tell fortunes.
Do you want him to turn into a dust bowl pile of shit? What did you say? Dust bones pile of shit.
I think so. That's what she's credited as IMDb.
Yeah.
But yeah, I don't know, because he might not even show up. I mean, that's a long
Could
long
that be his
track.
last episode?
Maybe it's a long track from Winterfell to King's Landing. What's he going to do there? That he can't do from home.
Right.
You know.
What's he going to do from home?
Send some ravens to see what's going on.
Yeah. He could. I mean,
Yeah, I guess.
he doesn't. He needed to be there for the Night King. He needed to be there for that because he was essentially the bait.
Yeah.
Down there. He doesn't need to be there for King's Landing. I think Bran could be done with not killing him. You don't have to kill him. But
How'd that crowdfund for his ramp go?
not well. What?
Do you see it yet? Because clearly not well.
It's true. It's made with dragon glass. Sam will probably live if he didn't die last night. Did Gilly die?
Another thing that I tried to Google, she's not listed as dead anywhere, so we haven't seen her officially be dead.
Yeah.
I kind of hope so.
I hope she's dead. You don't like Gilly?
Oh, wow.
Really?
I like that Gilly.
Oh my
like
God,
Gilly.
Gilly is so helpless.
Oh,
Gilly,
really? Oh, you just don't like her name?
Gilly.
You don't like her
I think
name?
it's the name.
Yeah, it's her name.
I'm Gilly.
Yeah, it's the name.
Gilly went through some shit.
Yeah, I know, and like with her dad and stuff, that's a bummer. But like, I'm Gilly.
Yeah.
All right.
You keep going back to the name.
Yeah, I love it. Poor Gills.
Is anybody named? I'm sorry if your name is Gilly out there.
Yeah,
but
I
is
have a
anybody-
friend named Gilly.
Is anybody named Gilly
I went to
like
college
ever?
with her.
Gilly, you gotta do something really badass if you want me to be okay with your name being Gilly.
Oh, there's Gilly.
Yeah.
From
SNL,
SNL. I
yeah.
never
Sorry.
forget. Sorry.
Yeah.
Exactly. Gilly.
All right. Poor Gilly.
Sorry.
Anyway, I think Gilly's still alive. Is there anything else? Is there anyone else that we missed last night? That I mean, you had some of Jon
I have
Snow's boys from the Wall went down.
Yeah, the armies.
Ed.
Yeah, I have the collider kind of broke it down here.
Well, what do you got?
Beric Dondarrion.
Yeah.
I can't pronounce these names.
Good enough.
Yeah, that's good enough.
That's
okay.
it. What else?
Not,
Leanna.
I'm trying to think of
Lamont.
any great big moments that we missed last night. That I mean, the Jon Snow trying to get there. Once he was having problems getting there, and by the time you're like, he's not doing it. And then,
Yeah.
well, what in the world was he thinking at the end there when he's trying to get around the dragon to where he just stands up and goes, "Ah!" and screams in the dragon's face? It's like, what's that gonna do? So just stand
I think
behind
he
that
was
rock.
feeling like he was going
He was
out,
ready.
and he was just going to go out like a champ.
He was
you
ready
know?
to let the
Yeah.
dragon take
saved
him
by
out.
his sister for a majillionth time.
Yeah.
Jon Snow's been saved by Sansa. He's now been saved by Arya.
Yeah.
Rightly so.
Yeah.
There was a great reaction to that last night that they showed. I mean, it was a spoiler post, but they showed Arya's killing of the Night King in that bar. Did you see it?
Yeah, I did. It's
And
awesome.
See if you can bring that up on Twitter.
I had the same reaction. I screamed, started pumping my fist, running around my apartment, and went, "Oh, I got to close it," and close the patio door because
It was
making so much noise.
loses it, and they lose it when she comes.
see.
They lose it if you can find it. They lose it when she.
It's fake, Christian.
Oh,
Is it really?
Yeah, that's a common meme. They put like
No. You're
Oh,
thinking
I'm
of the
sorry.
big. You're thinking of the big
apologize.
screen.
I
You're
know
thinking
what
of
you're
the.
talking
No,
about. I'm
not the
sorry.
big screen one. There's one from an actual bar where they're watching.
Yeah, we
It's a
watched
smaller
it last
screen,
night.
Ed.
It's a
Sorry.
smaller
Yeah.
screen one. I know the one you're talking about, though. No, that one's great. But no, not that. It's like, because I was going to say it's a good fake because they see her jump and they go nuts, right? Not that one. No, not that one. That's the Barstool Sports one. Just, Game of Thrones, bar clear. Just put in you might have to even find it on Twitter, but put Arya Night King. See if that pops in. This is what I like that we can talk in the spoiler conversations of it.
Yeah. One of my absolute
videos. Yeah. Roxy, go ahead.
One of my absolute favorite parts of the episode is how, you know, like in any kind of movie or whatever, when some people are up on their high horse and almighty, but then you remember everybody's human at the end of the day, like without all of your money, without everything. I love that Dany had to fight. Sansa had to fight.
Yeah.
It does
Couldn't
not
do
matter
shit.
what your position
No,
is.
man.
It doesn't matter.
It.
If you can't fight, like
Yeah.
when Arya gives Sansa that thing and Sansa's like, I don't know how to use this, and Arya's like, with the pointy end, bitch.
Right, and that's why.
Like,
And that's why maybe that's why she. I'm torn on that because she didn't really use it last night, right?
Sansa.
She didn't.
But she was willing to, and
Right, that's my point. She didn't use it, so you might be right that
About
she finally
Cersei?
uses it against Cersei because is this?
Well, I don't know. I don't know.
I wonder if this is from last night.
But she does owe Cersei one.
Yeah, let's see. Try to get to the actual moment and see. Oh yeah. Yeah. Amazing.
I could not have watched in that capacity.
No.
Yeah, how do you watch that?
Yeah.
It's
not. That's actually not the same one that I saw, but it's still. You get the point of it.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome. It's like people losing their freaking minds. This is why, like Betsy was saying, you know, like there's certainly a certain amount of shows that can do this type of thing, you know.
I don't know if there is a show that can do that kind of thing.
I know.
Yeah.
Because as much as I'm obsessed with Breaking Bad and Sopranos, this is different.
You don't
Yeah.
think people would have reacted that way to that last scene in Breaking Bad?
No,
Yeah,
because I think
the
a lot
car-
more
the
people.
car,
I think
yeah.
a lot more people
think
saw
they
that
would.
coming.
I like
Really?
Ken
I
set out
think
tweeted that conversation with his mom. This is like your MASH. He said.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I remember watching MASH with my. That was a big deal. That was a big
It was
one.
big.
Yeah.
But there, you know what scene was done very well last night was that whole thing with Arya when she runs up into the castle as the Hound is looking for her. It was like a horror scene. And
When she stabs the woman in the throat.
Oh,
and she
eventually,
turns the
yeah.
corner and you think-
Like it's getting through all that and using those abilities that she's learned throughout the course of those seasons, and she finally she's so silent and quiet. It felt like I know that you say The Walking Dead now has gotten back to form, but it wasn't for a long
It
time.
felt like OG Walking Dead.
And yes, it felt like the first 2 seasons of Walking Dead, done because I don't normally get creeped out with these things. So I was like, this is creepy. Like,
And you don't know if she's going to live or die.
Right.
At that point in the episode, you're like, who's going down? Because it's very plausible that Arya could have just bit the dust down
Right.
there.
yeah, she's
I didn't think so, but
it's possible. Anything's
it's
possible. They've
possible.
shown
You don't
with that
know.
show that it's possible.
I think if you do not think that, I mean, it's a preference thing, but if you do not think that Arya is one of the best 3 characters on the show, you have
Yeah.
not been watching.
But I also think
Her
that goes back.
arc is redonkulous.
That's the best. That goes back to what you're saying with Theon. Is that the arc was handled so well with her because they went back and even in the Benioff and Weiss after the show thing, they showed that scene when in season 1 when she doesn't know how to use shit, and then you take her from then to now and everything she's gone through. Yeah, it's amazing. So
amazing. She is one of the best characters that has ever been on TV.
she's there.
Ever.
I mean, she's up there for sure. I mean, she's gone through a lot of great moments, but now. Man, I actually really love the fact that they kept Cersei for the last 2 episodes
Me too.
because she's the emperor.
Right.
Last
She's
3,
just
right?
laying in wait.
I thought there was only 6.
And this was the
This was the third.
Third.
Oh, so there you go, math.
Yeah.
I
Okay.
was told there would be no math.
Okay.
Yeah, yes, there are 3 left.
In that moment, you know, when
Why
you
did they do
panic
2
and you
left?
question yourself and you think, what is 3 plus 3?
No,
Is he right?
you're
Is it just
6.
I don't know. I just kept telling myself there were only 2 left, and I knew there were 6 left. Knew that was
Yeah,
the
yeah.
third.
It was the math part of it.
I don't
You had
know
all
what
the
it
other
was.
facts.
It was
yeah.
the lack of sleep, is what it was.
Yeah.
I'll tell you that
Here's
right
what
now.
not watching a lot of it did last night was I was like, oh, so it's done. And my wife's like, no, there's 3 more. There's still Cersei to deal with. I'm like, oh, okay.
Yeah, she just
I'm
watched that.
so glad this is such a better order than dealing with Cersei than dealing with this.
I
Because
agree.
now we get to actually see our characters interact. Like now it's of the minds as well
Yes,
and the battle.
But it goes back to ultimately what the show's about, the Game of Thrones.
Yes.
It goes. The Winterfell people did all the hard work, and Cersei let them take them all out. And now it's like because
Like a boss.
is there a possibility that Cersei sits on the throne?
Yes, I do
by
think
the
so.
end of this thing, and
Yeah.
she wins.
Yes, I do think so.
Yes.
Because I think everyone expects them to win and her to lose. She's been a survivor since the beginning.
Well, I thought there was a possibility that the Night King take out everybody by the end. I mean, with this show,
really?
I didn't think it was gonna happen, but I thought there was a possibility.
Yeah.
Like,
And
It was getting there.
Yeah.
After he gets all fired by the dragon, and I'm like sitting there like, could we do this?
I just knew.
Did you guys think that meant that he was originally a Targaryen because he didn't burn, or
Well, he was the first side. He was the first.
I didn't even think about that.
He was the
actually.
first set of men.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But so why doesn't he burn?
I mean, you know, that's the only way you kill him is through dragon
Dragonglass.
That's the only way.
Yeah, but we had thought when we theorized, not us, the good guys, they were like, oh, probably, you know, because just so much fire.
Right.
But he doesn't, and I wonder if we ever learn who is that dude.
He was menacing.
Yeah,
He was menacing. I loved him.
yeah, he was really amazing.
I like. I saw this thing where.
What's happening.
I don't know.
That's a Gilly.
Oh, was that say Gilly? I saw.
Gilly.
I saw some
Sorry.
on another tweet this morning. I saw like the night. Someone said, "Me and my boys walking into the club," and it was a picture, and it was the Night King walking in with his guys last night. It was really good. And then they showed another one. There was an Arya walking into the next council meeting, and it was just like this dude who was like doing this incredible dance into a convenience store. He was just like pimping it out. It was awesome.
Who do you think is the best villain on the show of all the seasons? Who is the best villain?
No, not Gilly.
Probably Gilly.
I mean, Cersei is
Cersei for me.
You think so?
Yeah, minus Cersei.
Well,
Joffrey,
Joffrey,
yeah.
Ramsay,
Joffrey.
Littlefinger, the Night King.
Yeah, all good.
Cersei.
The uncle's not doing it for me. What's it, Theon's uncle?
Oh, okay.
He's too over the top.
Yeah.
He's like he's look how crazy and maniacal I am.
Cersei's boyfriend.
Get out of
He's
here.
too much. He's too much. Kill him soon. They're not going to kill. I mean,
Yeah, agreed.
I think his,
He will die.
Theon's sister will want to take him out. I hope. But it's like,
Vice.
you're on Greyjoy. He's fuck him.
Who do you think?
Takes him out.
No. Who
Oh.
do you think is the best villain?
It's Cersei for me.
Oh, for you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Brett, you have one?
I'll just go Cersei because I can't think of it.
That's why I named some for you. I went through.
Just pick one. He's going to say Bran.
Cersei.
Do you say Cersei?
To me, I think that at the time, the biggest bad, Ramsay flipped me out.
Yeah.
I could not
pretty
handle what
creepy.
he was
Yeah.
doing because it was like, can you get worse than Joffrey? And
He's like
then
a
we
serial
had him,
killer,
and
yeah.
that flipped me out. But the more interesting villain is Cersei.
I hated
Yeah,
Joffrey.
I agree with you. I agree with you. Yeah, I think he was the most hateable.
Yeah.
For sure.
Yeah.
But
Like
yeah,
I
you
really
love
wanted.
to
I didn't
hate
even
him.
like the actor
Yeah.
anymore. He was so
Joffrey
true.
or
Yeah,
Ramsay?
Yeah, it was just like
Joffrey.
I was like I hate every time I saw a picture
Yeah,
of him.
it's true.
What a jerk.
Ramsay though was.
It was disgusting,
He-
and
yeah.
it was hard to watch.
And what a way to intro him with the whole Theon stuff.
Yeah, I mean,
How did he get Theon again? I forget how he captured him. I don't remember. I gotta watch it again.
now we're going back.
I'm gonna go back and
He got him.
once it's over. I'm gonna rewatch the whole.
Yeah,
whole
I want to. It's like
a big movie.
Yeah, exactly.
Christian gave me season 1 and 3.
Yeah. So now you gotta figure out how to get the 2 and 4 and the rest of all those other ones.
Wait, what is the answer to that?
I don't remember. Does
It was
anybody?
after the kids were hanging at Winterfell.
Yeah. I don't know. It's one of those things.
I like that they just have typed in there, how
How
does.
does? Don't worry about it. Let's.
How does
we're gonna-
Endgame end? Let's look that one up.
Yeah, we're going to end the conversation for Game of Thrones here, but what we will do is we will get some questions from Facebook, open up the phone lines. What time is it?
5
You have
minutes.
5 minutes.
Shit. Did it again.
Yep.
All right. Well, it was a long conversation.
Who
What
am
do
I
you
playing
wanna do?
footsies with? Is it you?
Unless Riley has the longest foot of all
Yeah.
time.
I don't
They
know
call
about
me
Brad.
Mr. Fantastic.
Yeah, right.
I'm doing a swing. Somebody else
After
is doing a swing.
Winterfell is seized by Theon Greyjoy for the Ironborn, Ramsay is dispatched by his father, Roose Bolton, to retake it in the name of King Robb Stark. Ramsay's forces besiege the castle, and he infuriates Theon by blowing a horn all the way through the night.
Wow.
Okay.
Wow.